All right, Libra. This one was interesting to me looking at it because it's about what you already have, but what some of you may not see. But I feel like some of you need this in order to, have this love reignited for you. So love conquers all. Enduring loyalty, eternal love, and lasting commitment. And then you have abundance. Now, abundance, like I said, it speaks to the abundance you already have in your life. It's about being thankful for the things that you have and opening up to receiving more good in your life. If you're in a place where you don't see where things are very good, you gotta step back. You're gonna have to give yourself a timeout to appreciate what you do have in your life and know that there is love all the way around you. That love can be renewed and reignited, being love conquers all. But because we're talking about something being reignited for you, it may be once you step back from the problems and you take that time to appreciate what you have, it'll open the door for something to start again. Like for some of you, it may literally be a love that is coming back through. It's like somebody else reigniting their own feelings for you or you them. For others of you, it's just about what you love, what you have love for, right? But there is an abundance of love all the way around you. I just think that some of you may be in a place where you don't see it. This very much has a Nine of Pentacles type of feel. All right, Libra. Here's your overall. The sun, the sun, the sun. Perfect. Perfect. So better days ahead for sure. But new life, new energy, seeing things clearly. Feeling young at heart again too, though. I kind of get that feeling. Now, for some of you, you may be making a very good connection though too, because I'm looking at these two people going, yeah, we get to enjoy life now. Now, for some of you, with the sun, it could be about your sense of direction, your soul, how you see yourself. But no matter what is going on around you, Libra, you are just fine. You're going to be just fine. You may not see it, but you will. You will. Now, in the past, the Hermit, and this is already big, major stuff going on. The Hermit in the past, for a lot of you, you may have disconnected from a lot of things and have given yourself a timeout to look for the answers that are within, right? And the sun is bringing clarity to everything. Some of you, though, may have felt like you are in isolation. But I get more of a sense of needing to take a time out from a certain direction that you were headed in the past, right? Because the Hermit being a 9, you're almost at the completion point here, and it's looking back at everything. What have you learned? How are you going to use that moving forward, right? But whatever it is, you took a major time out from it. But new life is being brought back up here with the sun, which is great. Oh my God, this is big, big, big. And there you are in the present with justice. So the scales may have been tipped in the wrong direction. I look at justice, and I always mention this when your card shows up in other readings. You have to remember that fairness and balance, especially in relationships, is important. Being, the ruler of the 7th house. But I feel like things have not been balanced. And that is why there was a need for a timeout. Now, this could literally be, though, about not necessarily you making amends, but somebody else wanting to make things right with you, which can be the case. Because I'm still looking at these two people here going, great, now we get to enjoy, the rest of our days, so to speak, right? But we'll see what's going on here. But wherever things have been imbalanced, right now there is a focus on correcting that. And there's also the feeling of like making a final decisive choice after, weighing out a situation, especially with the Hermit, right? But it feels like, especially with the sun, things are becoming more balanced for you. Wow, man. Oh, Libra, is it you this time? Is it you? Look at all these majors already. The Magician. Being in future conditions, manifesting that cool ass shit. I'm telling you. I love it. The sun is trying to show you what you are capable of creating, but I also think it's showing you what you are responsible for creating in your life. You have everything that you need to manifest what you want. If you have really big ideas right now, it's time to start putting that into action. This isn't about manipulation. This is about using what you have available and having confidence in your ability to create better situations for yourself or to get something going. Like, there's the green light with the sun. It's like, all right, Libra, now we can go. Now we can go ahead and create this. You've taken your time out. You're doing what's necessary to create this balance, or somebody else is. But with the Magician, it's all about you taking responsibility for what you are creating and knowing that you have the ability to manifest whatever the hell you want, right? And it's big. It's so big. And it has this feeling of, it's putting you on a path that is, true to your soul. It's your direction. It's where you were supposed to be going in the first place. But you may not have seen that before, but you knew enough to go, I need to step back for a minute. And it's huge. It's so huge. Okay, your best path to follow, the Three of Wands. And I look at that with the Magician and especially with the sun being the overall. Libra, understand that once you start putting in the work to manifest what you are wanting here with the Magician, make sure that you are looking forward in a way where everything that you are wanting is showing up for you. You should already know what to expect with the Three of Wands when you're looking out over that cliff. If you start working towards something and set it into motion, there's a feeling of, you need to make sure that you see clearly what you are manifesting, but also, be in a place where you know exactly what is coming towards you. It's not about waiting. This is about watching things develop and take shape. And what I feel like here is that there are certain things that I think that you are wanting to come into your life, as long as, you're using your abilities here with the Magician. It's not about having to force anything. It's just like, Libra, just watch it come in. Watch it all come in. It's not about, like I said, waiting where you have to wait to take any further action. This is know what to expect and watch it happen. But make sure you're taking responsibility for what you're creating, right? Wow, man. But long term, too. Also looking at what is going on in the long term. Because if this is about your sense of direction and where your soul is headed, make sure that you have a clear vision of that. Because that's what the sun is trying to show you. Very nice. In your environment, the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so now let's talk about family first. This could be a situation where you've had to take some time out from family situations or family obligations, but things are getting better with the sun. Justice is saying that things are being corrected, and there may be an opportunity for you to create something different. Family business could be a part of this, right? For others of you, though, we're talking about long-term security and stability, having your roots deeply grounded this time. And you are making the decision to do this. It's like you're setting this long-term foundation for some of you, but you're still in manifesting mode here with the Magician. There are other things that you are wanting to create. You have the green light on it, but you can't do it unless there is this decision made to lay down those roots for sure, for definite. This is where I'm staying. This is where I'm grounding myself. Now, if this is about, relationships, for some of you, you've had to take a time out on, what you are wanting in terms of love, right? Some things may have been out of balance for you, and there's a need to correct it. And the only way, I think, for some of you to correct that is to either cut out what is not balanced or make decisions about making something long-term for there to be balance. We can't control what other people do. You can only control yourself and what you are creating. But I get this big feeling with the Ten of Pentacles that it's about you making a big choice in your life right now to stay put and to start staying a little bit more grounded with what you are working toward, what you are wanting to create here with the Magician. Only when you have that kind of stability can you continue to manifest and look at the long term. Wow, man. Okay, your hopes and your fears, the Six of Swords, and this is what I'm talking about. You don't want to be put in a place where things don't work out and you have no choice but to move on. That is the Six of Swords. The other thing is if we are talking about family situations, it is about needing to move on from whatever conflict that there has been. The hope there is that everybody is willing to move on and we can create better days ahead, right? For others of you, it's, I need to move on from things that have created that kind of conflict and put things in imbalance, right? And for some of you, it's fearing having to make this kind of transition where this is a definite thing. It's going to be for the rest of your life. It's going to be long term. But I don't see it as a bad thing, because either way, the Six of Swords is saying that you're moving away from all of that kind of conflict that created defeat, created any kind of problems, imbalance. You're not doing that anymore. Oh. And then coming out, the Lovers. Wow, Libra. I have to wonder if this isn't a choice about making a relationship very long term. That, or something is going to be reignited for you. Everything is being made better. Holy shit, man. And I'm looking at the Magician and I'm thinking, okay, wherever there has been imbalance, if you put yourself in this place of being confident in your ability to create whatever you want, is that when love walks into your life? But where is it that you're needing to move on from conflict? Is it because that you've made decisions that don't end up being long term? That, or it's again, love coming through. Holy shit, right? Something that you love that you had to take a time out from. You may have had to make a big choice on this, but things are so much better with the Sun. So much better. And then you have the Page of Wands, the Princess of Wands. All right. And this is where I feel like with the Magician here, you could create whatever you want in this situation. But, I want to say talk is cheap. If we're going to do this, let's do this. But the Sun, all of this looks really good. You may be getting some really good communication from someone that maybe has the same, vision of the future as you do. For some of you, this is about manifesting the love that you want. And it's like the universe is like shining on you, like, oh, okay, Libra, I see you, I hear you. Watch while it shows up. The Moon, though, shows a lot of confusion in the past, which, would make sense with the Hermit. For some of you, it's, having to face things about yourself that maybe you didn't want to face, that have been leading you down this path where, you have the same results, right? And that may be where the imbalance is coming through. But this is huge. It is so huge. For some of you, you're making major changes in your love life. And you may literally be connecting with someone from, childhood, right? Like the Sun, there's that part of it where it's like this childlike energy comes back through. It's not the Six of Cups. It's by far much better than that. But the Moon, though, this, I think, with the Hermit is you facing some fears about your own life and your own path. But you really had to give yourself time out for real and separate yourself from things that were not true to your own direction. You were too grounded in things that, weren't for sure, that left you in a place of questioning. I don't think it's about unrealistic fears or expectations here. I think it's just, when it comes to love, in whatever form that's showing up, things have not been clear for you for a long time. And then you have the King of Wands. Who's that? Who is that? The King of Wands. Now, this could be male, female, fire. You know how that goes. But we're talking about somebody that we are heavily attracted to. This person may be very charismatic, very nice to look at. It is the man of passion, right? Or for some of you, it is the woman of passion. But the way that they externalize themselves is being, ready to take new adventures, right? I always worry about the King of Wands in terms of commitment here. But this looks like, somebody coming through with, hopefully a little bit more wisdom than what you are used to seeing. You may have been used to love situations that have put you in a really confusing spot before. Now for some of you, this could be you, right? Having more passion for your own life. But this looks like somebody that wants to make something long term with you. They want to establish something that's going to last the long haul, you know? But what have you been manifesting that puts you in a timeout? And not in a hangman type of way, but where you really needed to separate from things and look at yourself a little bit deeper. You know, but the sun, this may be revealing, you know, a love that may be reigniting for you with, you know, someone in particular here. And they're coming through hot and heavy. And then you have the communication with the Page of Wands. And this is exciting. And it's about taking a path that you haven't before. You know, but talk is cheap. Let's start doing this, right? But I don't think it's on you to take any further action here with the Three of Wands. All you need to do is be clear on what it is that you want to create this time with the Magician. And any kind of conflicting thoughts or problems, those things, you have to move on from that, right? But it's exciting. It's new. It's exciting. There's a lot of passion, a lot of attraction. You may have been confused about this person before. Now, they may be the ones communicating to you what they would like to create with you. But either way, the sun, you're good. You're good, right? But I really feel like this is, because this is such a huge thing for some of you, it's really about you, you know, like taking a moment to step back. I think that, you know, it's funny because I'm feeling like with the Hermit, as far as the past, there's the undertones of the devil, you know, where things have been restrictive for you, and that's where you needed to separate and look a little bit deeper, right? But wow, Libra, I would say that some of you are probably going to get some really good communication from somebody who may have confused you before. And maybe the imbalance is that they didn't, you know, make things long term with you. Maybe that's going to change. You know, but be clear. Be clear on what you expect, on what you are creating. Take responsibility for what you manifest, right? And don't let conflicting thoughts or any kind of conflict come between you and what you love, or who you love for that matter. And inner power. And I look back to the Magician on that. So what is your truth? And are you using that wisdom when moving forward? Like I said before with the Hermit, it's like if you've looked back at everything, what have you learned? And how are you going to change moving forward? What changes do you need to make in order to make things a little bit fair and balanced, right? But it's important to use wisdom when using your inner power to create and manifest as well, right? But that is your inner power. If you can think it, you can create it. But we have to see, you know, the truth. And it's not that there is this truth that's being hidden. It's more about what your own personal inner truth is. And love makes the difference. Love can help heal past hurts and provides a sense of security, self-worth, and importance. If you allow a new love, it may make all the difference in your life. Wow. I want to know. I want to know all about it. When we hit that lunar eclipse, I expect comments to come through from the Libras out there that are getting communication from someone. I want to hear all about this new love. Now, for some of you, it is just new love in your life and you making a choice to follow that new love. And that could be in terms of career. It could be spiritual growth, right? But I don't know. I don't know. I like that King of Wands. I do. I do.